Edition of the Best Fantasy Football Wide Receivers 2018, I will be talking about wide receivers. Out of every position, wide receiver is the most difficult to find good sleepers in. In order for a wide receiver to be successful, they have to build a strong rapport with their quarterback, something that is very difficult for rookies. Because of that, the names on this list may be familiar to you. Number 3, Paul Richardson, ADP, 60th wide receiver. The Washington Redskins' offense experienced a makeover this past offseason thanks to the additions of Alex Smith, Darius Goyce, and Paul Richardson. Richardson is coming over from the Seattle Seahawks, where he became one of the better deep threat receivers in the league. After finishing last year with 703 yards on a 16.0 yards per catch to go along with 6 touchdowns, a lot will be expected out of Richardson. We saw what Tyreek Hill was able to accomplish alongside Alex Smith, and while Richardson isn't quite the player that Hill is, similar things can be expected of him. A player like Richardson only needs one big play to hit value in a given week, and if he can string a couple of those big play weeks together, we can expect a big season out of a player that isn't even being drafted in most leagues. Number 2, Allen Hurns, ADP, 51st wide receiver. Hurns was brought in to be the number 1 wide receiver in the post-Dez Bryant era. Terrence Williams may be the wide receiver 1 on the Cowboys' current depth chart, but Hurns will quickly become Dak Prescott's favorite target. Hurns has the athleticism to perform well in the open field and the size to be a threat in the red zone. I'm very surprised he's being drafted so much lower than what he's actually valued at. I see him as a fringe wide receiver 3 who could end the season as a wide receiver 2. His ceiling is about 1,000 receiving yards and 9 touchdowns. Now, on to my favorite deep sleeper for wide receivers. Number 1, DJ Moore, ADP, 54th wide receiver. Rookies at the wide receiver position tend to struggle more often than rookies at other positions. While I certainly expect there to be some growing pains for Moore, I don't see why he can't have an outstanding season. Despite the fact that Devin Funchess is the current wide receiver 1 on the Panthers depth chart, I expect Moore to become Cam Newton's preferred target. A 1,000-yard, 8-touchdown rookie season is not out of the equation for Moore, and if he is able to achieve that, you'll be sorry you passed up on him in your fantasy draft. He's going either undrafted or drafted in the last couple of rounds in most fantasy drafts, so he could end up being the steal of the draft. A link to my sports blog is in the description. There you can find even more fantasy advice and analysis, as well as premium content available for purchase. If you like this content and want to see more of it, be sure to subscribe and comment below what kind of fantasy video you would like to see next. If you enjoy season-long fantasy football, you will surely enjoy daily fantasy football. Yahoo Daily Fantasy is the perfect site for beginners thanks to their Fair Play initiative. Click on the link in my bio to sign up for Yahoo DFS and receive 1,000 YSRP $5 value when you make your first deposit.